I mentioned in a number of videos about how I want to live to be hundreds or even thousands of years old. And I know that's a very optimistic goal to shoot for, and I probably won't get there, but the closer I get to that, the better. And sometimes it helps to aim a little bit high. But I thought I'd elaborate on some nice things that would happen if I actually did get to live to be 1,000. When I was working on my PhD, I was about 21 years old at the time. I was watching a YouTube video, and this kid, he was 18 or 19 years old, had already amassed, I think, 2,000 or 3,000 ounces of silver. He had, I don't know what he did. Did he make a YouTube channel and just made a fortune off of that, or if he came up with some kind of weird idea? Anyway, so he had 2,000 or 3,000 ounces of silver. He was only 18 years old. I was already 21, and I thought there's only one way I can beat him. If I can keep my body young, so that when I do have 2,000 or 3,000 ounces of silver, I can still do the same things that an 18-year-old physically could do. And that became a big source of inspiration for me. Unfortunately, I can't seem to find his videos anymore. I don't blame him, though. It's probably not a very safe idea to show all your silver online. But he was a big source of inspiration for me. I never got to know him or anything. The other thing that comes to mind is that one thing I learned about investments is that the more risk you take, the more reward you can reap on average, right? Obviously, as you get older, your risk appetite goes down, right? Because you're getting close to retirement. And so it made me wonder if a good retirement strategy is, instead of thinking about how early you start investing, thinking about how late you can push off getting old, right? And hence, I think that healthy eating should almost be like a retirement strategy. It shouldn't just be a health strategy, right? That's just my opinion. It's not very popular to talk about, though. A lot of times we hear investment strategies, start early, start early, start early. Nobody says stay healthy, right? I don't know why. It's politically unpopular for some reason. But I think it's a very useful strategy. But it's not just investing, right? If you can keep your body young, you can take all sorts of risks in life, right? If you marry the wrong person, if you get in the wrong career, but your body is still young, you have time to recover from that, right? And the more risk you allow yourself to take, the more reward you can potentially reap off of it, right? If you have more room for risk in your choice of careers, your choice of spouse, you can take more risk and you can reap more reward, right? I know I'm being a little bit abstract here, but I just don't want to give too many examples of that might offend some people. But basically, the more room for risk, the more risk you can take, the more reward you can reap is the big picture if you were to zoom out of this. Okay. The other thing I like about living to be 1,000 is that, see, I've been involved in quite a few serious relationships in my life. And I don't mind breaking up, actually. Every time I break up from a relationship, I seem to learn a lot from that one, and then I apply it to the next relationship, right? I've done this quite a few times throughout my life. The other thing I like about breaking up is that usually in between two relationships, I have a period of time when I develop some new hobbies. I improve my health quite a bit. Like right now, I'm going on a lot of long distance walks. I'm recording this in 2020. I gotta thank the circumstances of this year for allowing me to be in between relationships again and improving myself, right? So if I live to be 1,000, my dream is to be able to marry 10 times in my life, 5 times with somebody else and the other 5 to myself, right? I'd hate to divorce, right? So that's why I want to live to be 1,000 so I can do that, right? Anyways, I thought I'd give some food for thought on the benefits of living to be 1,000, or at least shooting for that and landing somewhere in between, right?